Our beloved homegrown royal, Crown Princess Mary celebrates her 51st birthday February 5th. As the future Queen Consort of Denmark celebrates privately with family and friends in Copenhagen, the party planning is well and truly underway in nearby Britain for another milestone but on a very public scale. The coronation of King Charles III is expected to be attended by royalty from around the world, including the Danes. But it's not clear whether Crown Princess Mary will get an invitation this time, following the embarrassing stuff up by the British Foreign Office for Queen Elizabeth's funeral. Days before the service on September 8, Crown Princess Mary and her husband Crown Prince Frederik were sent official invites along with Queen Margrethe II, only for the Foreign Office to quickly rescind Mary's because of a numbers cap, calling it a regrettable error. While the guest list for the coronation will be similar to the 2,000 or so who came to the Queen's state funeral, King Charles and Camilla are close to the Danish royals and may want the future both King Frederik and Queen Consort Mary to be there as he is officially crowned sovereign. That's because, in time, the two couples will join the small club of monarchs across Europe. But unlike King Charles and Camilla, the future King Frederik and Queen Mary will not have a coronation. Things are done a little differently in Denmark, even though it, like Britain, is a constitutional monarchy, meaning that while the sovereign is head of state, the ability to make and pass legislation resides with an elected parliament. Last year, Queen Margrethe celebrated 50 years on the throne, just 20 years shy of her cousin the late Queen Elizabeth II. The House of Windsor and the House of Glucksburg are close, with Queen Margrethe a great-great-granddaughter of Queen Victoria. Margrethe's great-great-grandfather was Christian IX. His daughter, Alexandra, married Edward VII, King Charles III's great-great-grandfather. When Margrethe, who will be 83 in April, acceded the throne upon the death of her father, there was little fanfare. Instead of a coronation, there was a proclamation. When her father King Frederik IX died on January 14, 1972, she immediately became Queen of Denmark and the head of the House of Glucksburg, the family that has occupied the Danish throne for nearly 160 years. The dynasty itself has been in power for more than 1,000 years, making it Europe's oldest royal family. On January 15, the day after her father's death, Margrethe was proclaimed Queen of Denmark. She stepped out onto the balcony of Christiansborg Palace in Copenhagen in front of thousands of people gathered below. Margrethe was accompanied by then Prime Minister Jens Otto Krag, who turned 3 directions individually and proclaimed 3 times, "King Frederik IX is dead. Long live Her Majesty Queen Margrethe II." The crowd responded with a 9 hurrah salute. The Queen, then 31, then gave a speech where she asked God to help her with her new duties and expressed her sadness at the loss of her father. "My beloved father, our king, is dead, and a great sorrow has befallen us all. But the greatest grief is for my mother." Queen Margrethe had also chosen her royal motto, which she read out on the balcony: "God's help, the love of the people, Denmark's strength." She was then joined on the balcony by her husband Prince Henrik, who was never crowned alongside his wife. His gripe at never being made equal to his wife meant he refused to be buried with the other royals in Roskilde Cathedral, instead choosing the gardens of Fredensborg Palace. The proclamation was a somber occasion and the Queen was dressed head to toe in black mourning. That same day, Queen Margrethe presided over her first state council meeting as monarch. The Queen and Prince Henrik then returned to Amalienborg Palace, their official residence in the capital, where they made a second balcony appearance and were joined by their 2 sons Crown Prince Frederik, then 3, and Prince Joachim, 2. Overall the day was a solemn one. The Danish royal family scrapped its elaborate coronations in the 1800s in favor of a simple proclamation. In essence, the act is simply one monarch accepting their new duties while also mourning the loss of the previous sovereign. Much the same process is expected when Crown Prince Frederik accedes the throne from his mother. When that time comes, he will be joined by Denmark's Prime Minister and Crown Princess Mary, who will then be Queen Consort Mary, at Christiansborg, a building that has an 800-year-long history as Denmark's center of power. It is used by the monarch for official events such as gala banquets and public audiences. The new king and queen are then likely to face their subjects from the balcony of Amalienborg, just like Margrethe did, with their 4 children, Crown Prince Christian, Princess Isabella and twins Prince Vincent and Princess Josephine. Even though the occasion will be a sad one, some form of celebration will likely follow, such as a gala banquet or ball, as the Danes love the pomp and ceremony that comes with their royal family. Mary's down-to-earth nature has endeared her to the Danes ever since she married the country's crown prince in 2004. Last year, to mark her 50th birthday, Crown Princess Mary's longtime dressmaker Jesper Hovering told Nine Honey, "I think they love that she really is an ordinary girl, she's not born royal. She just transcends this kindness, she has a beautiful, smiley, kind nature." Crown Princess Mary remains hugely popular in her adopted homeland, as does the monarchy as a whole. A 2020 Gallup poll found 84% of the country supports the monarchy, and more recently, Snap polls published in local media show love for the Queen and the royal family is strong even in the face of its recent title scandal. In September, Queen Margrethe stripped 4 of her 8 grandchildren of their prince and princess titles, a decision she said was done as a necessary safeguard for the future of the monarchy. The 4 children of Prince Joachim are now styled as His Excellency Count of Montpezat or Her Excellency Countess of Montpezat, losing their Her Royal Highness privileges. Crown Princess Mary was the first senior royal to publicly support the move, showing her allegiance with the crown. "Change can be difficult and can really hurt," she said. "But this does not mean that the decision is not the right one," adding that she and Crown Prince Frederik would look at our own children's titles when the time comes. Although Queen Margrethe later issued an apology for causing her family any distress, admitting she underestimated how much they would feel affected, she remained committed to her decision. The drama has ruffled a few feathers in Denmark's small aristocratic circles, but largely support for the royals remains firm. "What the Queen is doing is very popular," Ola Terkelsen, chief international correspondent of TV2 Denmark, said recently as reported in the Times. "She is keeping the aura and the magic of the royal family, the big parties and the horses and all that, but she is also saying that she understands the spirit of the time and the need to get rid of unnecessary titles." It's believed King Charles is closely watching the situation in Denmark and the public's reaction. Questions still remain over whether he will grant Prince Harry and Meghan's children permission to officially use their titles of prince and princess, of which they are now entitled to as grandchildren of their sovereign. Perhaps the king will discuss the issue on the sidelines of the coronation in May with Queen Margrethe and Crown Prince Frederik, and hopefully Crown Princess Mary if she is invited. And, who knows, maybe Crown Prince Frederik might be inspired by the spectacle of the king's coronation that he might look at bringing them back in Denmark. Oh, we royal watchers could only hope.